Mr. Beast contestants. There's some people in his videos who you just can't stop rooting for. You actually genuinely want them to succeed in life, while others... And because of this reason, and also the fact that nobody has made this yet. Like, Jesus Christ, there's like 100 different video essays on this shit, and not one actual proper place to tier list these people from the best to the absolute most unbelievably godforsaken worst. Which I don't think there's a better place to start off with than Mac from Mr. Beast. Now, I'm pretty sure everybody here can, like, mutually agree that this man being added in multiple different Mr. Beast videos is probably the best thing he could have done. Because I swear to God, the rest of the Mr. Beast crew is just becoming actual AIDS. Carl is just a child in man's dressing. Chris is just trans now. I mean, you do you, but personally for me, I don't think it makes for a good Mr. Beast character. And well, Nolan... I mean, everyone fucking forgets about that guy. But Mac is so energetic and actually adds very nice input into his challenges and doesn't treat Mr. Beast as if he's the next Jesus Christ.
Kill yourself!
This man in like every aspect of a Mr. Beast character is what they needed on the show. Now, he actually started off in Mr. Beast's second most popular video called Last to Leave Circle wins $500,000 and was actually the first contestant to get out. However, within the last 3 challenges, he has brought in so much up, and with videos such as in 10 minutes this room will explode, he's actually seen being an actual considerable member of the crew. I think Mr. Beast definitely knows what he's doing. Mac is an easy S tier. Hayes. Now, in Mr. Beast's second most recent video, it's called 10,000 Days Every Day You Survive in the Wilderness. He's the fucking dweeby family dad type of guy that you saw whining about their newborn baby.
I want you home now. Like, I do.
Spoken to Grizz about it. He wants me to stay longer. He's kind of pushing me to stay longer. At some point, I gotta stop being wilderness guy and go be dad.
And I just have to say, why would you leave the wilderness after 2 months? Now, like, maybe this guy is from like an actual rich upbringing, but supposing that he isn't, why would you stay for only 2 months? Especially saying that at the end of the challenge, they were already getting stacked. They had the whole thing. They could have sat it out for years. This guy was planning to, but this man, whining about his newborn child, just couldn't take it. Somebody already made an extremely good video covering this. He actually made an extremely good point that most babies, they actually don't really remember shit until they're like 3 to 4 years old. So you comforting your newborn toddler, like, I get for like the parent there, it could be hard taking care of that child. But 5 bands a day. Just tell the goddamn wife to just buy a babysitter or some shit. And it's so annoying, some of these contestants, they just do not give a shit. Even the fact that there's hundreds of millions of people watching them at every moment. However, I guess 2 months, I mean, that isn't the worst. I mean, you could probably make a worse Mr. Beast contestant. They did have nice bonding at the end. Hoorah, hooree. And for his other partner, he sounded a lot more reasoned, actually staying for less than 2 months. I actually feel bad for this guy because he got robbed out of so much shit. Yeah, they're saying this is the only partner that I could have ever had, but I have no doubt they're just saying that for the show. If this man was actually partnered with a dedicated person, maybe I could be wrong, but for right now, Hayes is getting a D tier, and I'm gonna be giving Grizz a B tier. He's pretty mid. 42. Now, this is from the ages 1 to 100 decide who gets $250,000 video, and I'm pretty sure we've all seen like 100 edits of this, but basically, for anyone who somehow doesn't know, 42 emerged and was basically manipulating the person right next to him in order to eliminate every single person out of their 40s. And the reason why he was gained such a villain is because, yeah, he was not holding back. There's an 11-year-old child crying, doesn't matter. Kill him. And then next, Mr. Beast calls a challenge, says that if only one person steps out of their cube, they win $250,000. He gets fucking absolutely scholars mated by another 58-year-old. And ever since then, he's been labeled the villain. The villain of Mr. Beast. And I just have to say, I actually feel extremely bad for this guy. He just played the game smart. Like, if you were in this situation, would you not do the same? Eliminating everyone is like the only option in order to make your area of the battlefield actually secure. I mean, maybe he didn't have to do it to such a high extent where if there was any kind of voting game at the end, people are just gonna vote him off immediately because, I mean, obviously. But also, there's even a talk of him saying what this competition has done to his life. Just hear him out.
Any hard feelings towards 58? There was. I mean, once again, I am a human being, and you know, I have 4 kids, shit like that. I work an everyday normal job, you know, so you know, is money tight? Yeah, it's tight for everybody. So whenever you see something that's so close, like you think, oh my God, I can finally take care of doing this and this, and it gets pulled away, yeah, I was upset.
Which I mainly agree. Like, imagine this guy goes to work the next day and just gets absolutely fucking obliterated. He was there to start a show, and I have to respect that. A tier. Now, again, as you probably know, this is the man who eliminated him. Actual balls on this man to eliminate him. Just look at what 42 had to say about this.
And what really sucked was how arrogant, how pompous he acted. I mean, even whenever we were side by side doing the exit interview, but then we left the facility and immediately got in the same shuttle to ride back to the hotel. And he's very chipper, and he's like, oh man, I had a really good time doing the video challenge, you know. How about you? Did you have a good time? And I'm just still like in shock, and I'm like,
which, to an actual good extent, I actually do agree with him. I could just imagine, I actually do feel for 42, just this 58-year-old goober, just being cynical as all fuck after ripping $250,000 out of his hand. Like, the actual smirk on this guy actually gives me those kind of ideas. However, I guess at the end of the day, things were settled as they split $250,000, so he again is gonna get a B tier. Number 68. Now, this is number 68, not from that video, but from the Mr. Beast Squid Game. Now, I already assume a decent amount of you know the story to this, but for anyone who doesn't, 68 made it and was a pretty nonchalant, pretty normal character. They eventually got eliminated when they had to face off against their best friend. However, the reason isn't because of what was in the video, but what they did after. This dumbass motherfucker, after the competition ended, people tried to figure out if she had a fucking OnlyFans, and after a while, she eventually caved in, created it, and then used her little brother to promote this shit. Used her little brother, who is a minor, and she is a major. That makes sense. You can just see how unbelievably confused he is. Like, I feel genuinely so bad for this kid getting bullied because her older sister has an OnlyFans. So this means we get an F tier. Yeah! Mr. Beast. Now, you may be confused. Why is he here? I am sorry to say it, but nobody beats Mr. Beast in his competitions. This is like the most dedicated man on the planet. This man spent 7 days buried alive. Bro, I can't even sit in a fucking car for 3 hours. So yeah, S tier. However, you may be thinking, there's something missing from this list. Someone who needs to be added.
We just landed in Antarctica. All right, see you later.
F.